Hello and welcome to our SME series on recruitment and attraction, where we're going to be finding out everything there is to know about person specifications. This episode is just one of many which forms part of our wider series looking at the employee lifecycle within an SME business. So let's begin by understanding what we mean by a person specification. Well, it's a document that describes what is required of the job holder in order to perform the role. So it will include characteristics, skills, abilities, as well as experiences. But why have them? Well, it's important for a number of reasons. So first of all, they allow the business to focus on what is essential for business success. They also form the basis on which to select the best candidate for the job, and they demonstrate that an employer is fair, objective, and reasonable in how they manage their employees. And crucially, they prevent discrimination by ensuring that the candidates with the required skill set is selected. But when would you look to use them? So from a recruitment perspective, you would use them when drawing up your job advert. You would also use them in your shortlisting process. They even will help you to develop your interview questions, as well as acting as guidance when assessing your candidates. But of course, there are many other ways in which they can be used throughout employment. So for example, they can support the appraisal process. They can underpin performance management. They can also help in the identification of training and development needs. And they can support a fair redundancy process by ensuring there's a fair selection of your employees. But writing one requires careful consideration. But what should you consider? Well, first consider if you want someone who can train into the role or whether you need someone to join who can hit the ground running. This will, of course, depend on the role and the business needs at the time. Secondly, make sure that you define criteria that is relevant to the job, because it is this that you will go on to assess the person against at recruitment and during employment. If you have a competency framework in place, then carefully consider which competencies are key to the successful performance of the role. And then look at the skills and competencies that you've selected. Which ones must the job holder have to perform the role versus which ones are preferred but not critical to the performance. And finally, and the most important consideration is to ensure that it's not discriminatory. So for example, physical requirements relating to the height of a candidate could discriminate against women because on average women are shorter than men. Or setting a requirement around a number of years' experience, as this can discriminate against either the young or older candidates. And finally, the person specification, as well as the job description, goes hand in hand, are really important to the employment relationship. And that brings us to the end of our video. If you would like to discuss your HR requirements, please do get in touch with us via the information showing. Thank you.